This is a fascinating clip because it's an interview with several independent voters after the debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And it's a quick clip, and it really highlights several mindsets that you get into when you talk to Americans and realize that these are the people that are deciding the future of the world, and it is absolutely terrifying in some instances. So let's go ahead.
Reaction continues to pour into last night's presidential debate between Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump. Throughout the course of this election, we'll be bringing you glimpses of the race from key Northeast Ohio counties. So with that in mind, News 5's John Kosick has reaction tonight from Lake County.
In presidential elections, Lake County has at times been a bellwether for the rest of the state and, by extension, the country as a whole. And while the vote here has shifted Republican in recent election cycles, it still is a county where voters like Jerry and Connie have shown an ability to split their vote.
I've always been an independent, okay, and I voted both Democrat and Republican.
And he approached Tuesday's presidential debate with the same attitude, even watching the wide spectrum of cable analysis after to see what they were saying.
I looked at MSNBC at what they said. They said Kamala Harris was right. They made Donald Trump look bad. I went over to Fox. It was just the opposite.
After watching the debate, though, he says he needs no outside opinion makers to help shape his own in this election.
Right now, I think Trump is the biggest obstacle to our democracy since the Civil War.
Susan, on the other hand,
in the beginning, I was a never Trumper,
is now solidly in the former president's corner, an opinion only reinforced by what she saw in the debate.
What I saw her doing was gaslighting President Trump, taking credit for all the things he stands for, and putting the blame on him for all the things that they've been doing wrong.
Mitchell says he's likely to vote for Trump, but
I might change my mind. Just depends. I feel like Trump wants to be a dictator, but that's basically my opinion,
So we can maybe backtrack, but this is the part that I don't understand. They say that he's made up his mind to vote Trump, but then he says he knows that Trump wants to be a dictator, that he still might change his mind. But like, my guy, what is stopping you from changing your mind now? You already know that he wants. So you want a dictator, or you're saying you're okay with having a dictator? That's an absolutely terrifying perspective to have. Let's listen to his take one more time.
Been doing wrong.
Mitchell says he's likely to vote for Trump, but
I might change my mind. Just depends. I feel like Trump wants to be a
And who is he mentoring, this guy? Jesus Christ.
dictator, but that's basically my opinion,
And it's not just your opinion that he wants to be a dictator. He does dictator-like stuff. He says he wants to be a dictator. He loves dictators. He says how great they are. He wants to have that kind of power. So it's not just your opinion, guy.
but you'll vote for him.
Yeah, I vote for him.
Ron, though, was like many voters, unlikely swayed by a single performance in this debate or any. Was there anything that would help you make up your mind or change your mind?
No, it wasn't any, to me, it wasn't any mind-changing statement by anybody. I've already got my mind made up.
Party leaders on both sides here in Lake County argued the side-by-side made their job easier.
Her performance last night versus former President Trump's certainly, I think, put a little more wind in the sails of the Democratic side.
You can see the track record of Donald Trump when he was here and when he was president, and you can see the bad track record of Biden-Harris.
In Lake County, John Kosick.
So let's go back to this woman's take, because she says something sort of ironic.
Taking credit for all the things he stands for, and putting the blame on him for all the things that they've been doing wrong.
Mitchell.
So again, this perspective is completely backwards and, opposite reality, because the reality is that Republicans come in, they destroy the economy, they lose jobs, they create wars, and they leave the country in a complete mess. And then the Democrat has to come in and build things up from scratch, piece the economy back together. And just when things are starting to turn in the right direction again, Republican gets voted in and takes credit for what the Democrat just did. So Republicans burn it down, Democrats build it back up, and Republicans come in and tear it down once again. And then they somehow are still able to blame the Democrats for it. So again, this is projection. Almost everything Republicans do and say is projection at this point. So this woman has a completely backwards concept as to what the reality of the situation is. This gentleman has no idea what's going on and apparently wants to have a dictator for president. And who knows what is going on with this woman, but we didn't get her opinion at the end of the day. So several, these are definitely your quintessential swing voters with very sort of odd rationale, and who knows where they stand on a variety of issues. But I would be terrified to even go there. So that's a little taste of what the American mindset is. So very, very interesting stuff. We'll see you in the next one.